I'm going to make a little video about doing the customization on the 1979 Chevy K30, and then I'm going to jump over to another K30 that I've been using in my gameplay here on Big Salmon Peak, and we'll run up the trail and grab a couple tasks with it. Nothing that will complete, but it'll show you how the truck can run a trail, basically. So 1979 Chevy K30. Sorry, I don't remember the dude's name, but I'll put a link in the description of the video. It's Invalid something. Anyways, 350 or 454, that's a pretty easy choice. Gearbox is pretty easy choice. Suspension gets a little more tricky. What do you want to do with it? Do you want a stock height for hauling? A lifted medium? I suppose that's like a medium strength with a little lift. Then the lifted medium hauling is going to have the most strength to the springs, I suppose. Besides having the lifted medium height. And then the lifted high and the lifted high hauling. Where's my controller? If I take my controller and move this around a little, I think you will be able to see the back end droop a little with the lifted high. Yeah, versus the lifted high hauling. It stands it up there a little more. I think I'm going to go with the lifted medium hauling. I worry about getting it too high and then it starts getting top heavy. Lots of different tires in highway, all-terrain, off-road, and then mud tires. Obviously, I'm going to go with the biggest tires. There's no ice tires. But some of these have... I was thinking some of these had ice tolerance, but apparently not. Okay, so in that case, the tires, the 39 inchers, let's run through the 39 inchers. That's the most stock looking tire that you might see on a 79 K30 going down the street. And then you got the Interco IROX and the Mickey Thompson Baja Claw. And then in the 39-inch mud tires, again you got the Interco Boggers and the Interco TSLs. I'm going to go with the Boggers just because they got excellent off-road, excellent mud. I'd like to see it say excellent ice too, but well, the Scout winches are pretty much a no-brainer. A 40-meter rope length, and it's offline. No brainer there, it's engageable. Here you get a side between mushroom or front facing. And then a full body paint job or a two-tone. It doesn't really show you anything because we haven't put paint on it. Almost need to paint it the color you like it and then see which looks better. I've seen both. The two-tone is just a white band down this area of the vehicle. The center of the fender, the center of the doors, the center of the bed. Suppose to leave it on two-tone, show you what it looks like. And then you can put a flatbed on it, tools and fuel. Or you can go roof rack. Let's take off the, I can put these back on. We'll put that on for now so I can show you the camper shell, the roof rack supplies, the toolbox that you can have in that you can use the toolbox when you're using the 8-foot long bed. Trunk repair supplies, you can use trunk repair supplies with toolbox. So you have both. You can have an LC38 loading crane. I can't imagine why. Can't imagine how top heavy that would make the thing. Again, I'm going to go back to, you know what, I'll leave the flatbed on it. No, the two-tone bed rather. I'll leave that on it with the toolbox and the trunk repair supplies. So you can see two different versions because the one I'm going to jump to is set up the other way. All right. Rooftop. If you're running the roof rack, you have no rooftop options that don't take off the roof rack. Otherwise, you've got running lights, beacon and fog lights, or just roof fog lights. Bumpers, I prefer the brush guard with winch. Then you've got that thing that looks just like a basic brush guard. And then a couple, then a stock front bumper and a stock rear bumper. But on the front, I'm going to put that. Now this gives you winch points on the front. If you don't make one of these choices, if you just left it bumperless, you'd have no winch points on the front. You can pick your beverage for the beverage holder. Here again, you can pick full body paint or two-tone paint. Before they were talking about the bed add-on. This time they're talking about the cab itself. So you could have it one way on the bed and the other way on the cab. really, if you wanted to. I prefer the black grill over the chrome grill. Chrome grill really doesn't look like anything but a crappy piece of plastic. So why not just black it out, Mud flaps are standard. They're already checked. Twin horn. Again, as long as you don't have the roof rack, you can do that stuff on top. Side exhaust or rear exhaust? I'm a rear exhaust guy, I guess. Option 1 is the standard Chevy rim. It looks like he was trying to go for a rally rim. Didn't quite hit the mark, but option 2 is just I don't know, like a Krager knockoff or something. Option 3 is some bead locks. And I think with the Interco boggers, I think the bead locks work best. Now that said, I have another truck set up with these. The paint, I like that one. I don't have to look at anything else. Was it this one? No, it was that one. Alright. There are some interior customizations. I generally go with the Hula Chick. You can do whatever you want. Half the time I don't even look at this. I like the Dreamcatcher. Exterior customization. So that's it. Let's get it out of here and get it to a spot where we can take a look at her. I think my game is being a little buggy because I've been online for 5 or 6 hours. Nice looking truck. Beautiful truck. And the way it goes through mud and climbs hills and whatnot is pretty amazing. So I'm going to leave this one here. Like I said, my game seems to be a little buggy. I left it on pause for a long time while I was taking care of some other business. And when I just now drove it away from the garage, it seemed the frame rate seemed a little stuttery. So I'm going to log off, and when I come back, I will be in the other truck, the other KR30 that we're going to take first. This KR30, I just got through popping that watchtower. Now my intention, I was using this one in my regular gameplay, and you can see it's got the bead locks on it, and it's the full body paint job, no two-tone. Now my intention is to come back down this road. If I can get through that way, I'm not sure about that corner right there. Although I think I came up this side, I don't remember. That was a while ago. Anyways, so then I'm going to grab hunting needs here and then head back up the road. And the road deteriorates. And then I'm going to grab warehouse in the mountains. And then I'm going to go up around the corner here. Let me see. I don't need to go over there. I've already been over there. Let me change my mind a little bit. I'm going to run from warehouse in the mountains back down the hill here. That's a nice curvy, screwed up piece of trail. Alright, let's do this shit. First thing I want to do is jump inside, show you the interior a little bit. There's my hula girl and my dream catcher. Go around, show you the back seat. Interior's beautifully done. The mirrors work. You can look quite a ways straight down. Let's get it turned around. Now we'll jump back outside. Obviously, I need to adjust the camera. But this gives you a little side view going down the trail. And this is the medium suspension, I believe. I believe I put the medium suspension on this. I don't think that's the way through. This way. It's still in auto. I haven't used low range or locked in the diff lock. We're going downhill, so all it really has to do is bounce over the rocks. It's pretty quick about going through the gears, and it does not slow down the truck when it's making gear changes. This is the first place I wanted to grab a job. I understand this trail really isn't that much of a big deal yet. No points for discovering that, so it must be used for a job. The frame rate still looks kind of laggy. Hey, would you like to make some money? I have a small hunting cabin in the mountains, but it needs heating and my old Jeep won't start. Could you take the tank there? Where does it have to go in the mountains? Yeah. I'm not dragging it way over there in this video, but I could drag it as far as I'm going. That'd be a, little more of a test than just driving it around. God, that frame rate is laggy. I might have to exit clear to the desktop. God, that's terrible. Spin. I just exited tried to exit to the desktop, and the game crashed. So we are back. The mouse bug. I couldn't click on attached trailer. Try and set the view about there, and away we go. Starts out a little slow until it, starts climbing the gears. If you don't watch it, it will it'll get out of hand. Now this trailer's going to slow it down. Keep that in mind. But I'm using low plus with diff lock for this hill, snow-covered hill. See if I can get it back in automatic. See what it does. Yeah, it just kind of spins the tires a lot more, but doesn't really make any better ground speed. But, using this, going this particular route, this is what I had intended to do next with this truck in my campaign. Almost should have found some mud to run it through for you. It does a lot better in just straight up mud and water. But just like that, 4 minutes, we're over here at the other place. All I'm going to do here is accept the task and move on home. This is one I've already accepted with a different vehicle. With my Trees Dawn mod, I could probably knock that stump over. But, I'll just go around it. I'm running a mod that allows me to just knock over trees or stumps. But in the interest of fair play, I'll try to keep it on the road and out of the trees. One other job I was going to try and do with this truck is get down there to where the Scout is and drag it out, where the Scout 800 is. Now the last time I came down here, the last time I was on this road was, except for earlier today, was on the public test server, and there was a lot less snow and a lot more mud. So I thought we'd get into some nice mud coming down this hill. And we got some at the bottom. Whoop. I gotta stop a second. My phone is saying low battery, and my phone is my internet connection, so just plugged it in. This thing still, the frame rate still looks a little jerky, but apparently isn't anything I can do about that right now. Alright, well, we're out here to the intersection that I wanted to get to. I don't know, there really isn't. It's all asphalt here. There really isn't a lot of mud bogging you can do here. But let's, just for a couple of minutes, let's drop this trailer and just play around for a couple of minutes. Yeah, when you as soon as you start getting up some speed, it starts getting kind of squirrely, but see what it does up here with nothing behind it. See, it cruises right along. Cruises right along with nothing behind it. Look at that shit. That's what I'm talking about. Sure, we'll try some off the road, go up the hill and back, and just turn around and go back down. Try some reverse action here. Well, we're losing our side shot, and I do need to see where I'm going. This is where I went up the bank. There's some mud and deep water not that far away. In fact, it's not far from the garage. Let's jump into that one we just made. If I can get it out past all the other shit. Yeah, I've been buying IX 3880s or whatever they're called too, or also, and I was trying to make like one of each. And then line them up. But I haven't completed that process yet. Woo! Little slippery slidey on that bare asphalt. Okay, just up here past the end of the guardrails is some nice deep mud. Whoa! See, it'll get up enough speed that it won't make the corner on asphalt. Here we go. frame rate is still laggy as hell. That's very unfortunate. So there's full speed in fourth gear. Only because I'm not turning a corner. See, as soon as I start trying to turn a corner, it starts drifting. Woohoo! Hard to keep in a straight line full speed on asphalt. Here we got some nice deep water. Sploosh. Look at her go. Water's clear up over the windshield. I wonder what inside view looks like. Cockpit camera not available underwater. Oh, darn. I suppose they'd have to have the dude sitting there wearing scuba gear. Whoa! SN got a little wild over that mud. Alright, this is where we'll wrap it up. The frame rate being so glitchy, and I probably got 45 minutes into this anyways. We'll just get a good look at it all muddy now. That is muddy. That is a muddy old Chevy truck. I used to have one about this year. It was a two-door cab instead of a four-door. But looks very familiar. And that's partly the reason I wanted one, but oh, it's a Scottsdale even. That's why the extra trim package. Beautiful truck. Thanks for watching. And you can make up your own opinion, but I wouldn't give it up. See you next time.